Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of my webisode on the 10 essential elements to consider when designing your living room. In episode 1 we focused on the foundations, if you like, of the living room. The layout, the colour palette, the flooring, the focal point and the important factor of furniture. So let's kick off with design element number 6, lighting. Lighting for the living room needs to be layered. Now, if you're redoing the space completely, then this is the perfect time to get 5 amp sockets in, which will then wire back to your switches. There is then the option of having different floor and table lights on for different situations. Also consider having dimmer switches, particularly if you want to have downlighters or ceiling pendants, because it means that you can adjust the brightness and mood of the lighting. Now, I said before that when I design a living room, 90% of the time I design bespoke built-ins. This means I can add another layer of lighting behind the pelmets and shelves, allowing soft pools of light to highlight my clients' collections and displays. Central pendants or chandeliers are a lovely option, but only if you have the ceiling height. If your ceilings are low, then stick to different table and floor lamps. Art is where your personality shines through in the room. Now, I mentioned before that if you have a strong, striking piece of art, it can be the focal point for the whole space. It's also important to remember that your colour palette needs to be reflected in your art. Larger pieces can hang alone, but for smaller paintings or photographs, group them together as a gallery wall. Lighting your art will create beautiful moments on your walls and add further depth to the space. The hanging height of your art is incredibly important, and most people make the mistake and hang it too high. It should be hung just above eye level. Soft furnishings is the perfect way to dress up or dress down your living room. Now, if you want to add elegance or opulence to the space, then full-length curtains is the perfect choice. Now, if you have the common issue of a radiator under the window, there is an option of mixing Roman blinds with dress curtains. This way, the blind provides the covering for the window, but the dress curtain gives the feeling of luxury. Fabric choices are huge, and this should be incorporated into your mood board early on, because then you can decide, say, if you want a plain, beautiful linen or an opulent velvet floral. For more pared back interiors, consider plantation shutters because they're beautiful and simple. Now, don't forget your colour palette when making this choice, because if you have embraced a darker palette, then white shutters is not the way to go. Most companies offer a wide selection of colour choices, and some will colour match your paint. Cushions are the fun part, and because they are a low budget item, you can have fun and experiment with them. Layering patterns and fabrics is how you will achieve interest and texture in your finished space. Bespoke cushions allow you to be really specific with your fabric choices and sizes. Collect swatches early on and add them to your mood board, and that way you can see which ones will complement each other. There is a wide selection of off-the-shelf cushions, and if you have fallen in love with a particular fabric, it is worth checking online to see if a company has already made a cushion with your fabric. We've made it to the final design element, the accessories. Now, the living room is a perfect room for accessorizing because there tends to be lots of surfaces to accessorize. Coffee tables, ottomans, bookcases, sideboards, these are all perfect places to add your curated, beautiful collections. Coffee tables cry out for the coffee table book, it's in the name, plants, bowls or other beautiful objects. Ottomans offer versatility. They're comfortable, but you can also dress them up with large trays for practicality and display purposes. Sideboards and bookcases are an opportunity to display family photographs, table lamps, candles, or perhaps a gorgeous sculpture. At this stage with the room, it can be easy to lose momentum, but it's these unique, bespoke additions which really make the room incredible. So there you have it, all 10 essential design elements for your living room. Now have fun implementing, and if you have any questions or you would like to work with us, then please visit sadiepizzeinteriors.com.